Hey everybody, welcome back to Spiritual Journey with Donna. Today we are going to talk about ancestor altars, ancestor curses, and getting rid of ancestor curses. I've seen a big need for it. Lots of people have been coming in lately for that. So I think it told me, yeah, we need to do this. So I have an ancestor altar. Now these are not ancestor worship. It's just honoring your ancestors. And this is my great-grandmother that she died when she was 24 years old in a fire. Her name is Gertrude Nepper, they called her Gertie Steinman. And she was born June 12th, 1893. Died July 24th, 1917. She was putting what she thought was kerosene in a heater or something, and it was gasoline, and it blew up. And it killed her, and my grandfather was only 5 years old at the time. He thought about it till his dying day. He was so upset because he thought it was a burning log in the yard, and this, when he went up, it was his mother, and she wanted him to kiss her, and he wouldn't do it, and he felt terrible for not doing that the whole time. But here's the thing, when you remember and honor your ancestors, they are going to bless you back. This, I don't know if you can tell, but in here, this is like the only picture of her around anywhere. They had pulled this from the fire, and you'll see on there there's fire marks on it. And then they had it blown up, and I got it because I'm like the family historian. So anyway, I thought, well, since I'm the only one that has this picture, I better put it up on Ancestry so that other ones that have her in the family line would know who she was, see her. And so I did that, and right after I did that, I started finding tons of people in her line. I had never looked for it. I've been doing genealogy since the early 90s, and I just never had looked through that line because I thought, well, I don't really know that much about it and her, but I dug for stuff. But I started finding royalty, which I had never found before. Like, this is King Eric the Ninth. He was a saint. And I found him, and I was so excited. I kept going around further and further, and I found Aslig and Ragnar are also. These are my 32nd great-grandfather and grandmother, and this is my 26th great-grandfather. So, you know, you would be surprised at what you can find in your family tree, in your family line, if you just keep going back and back and back. Now, he was a saint. He's the patron saint of Sweden. So what I do on May 18th, and I'm just going to do it here to show you, for his feast day, I light the candles. I rub them down with holy oil. Holy oil. Actually, I don't really rub them down. I go around the rim 7 times each. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is a holy number, so that's why I do 7. And I go up the wick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again on the white one, and I'm doing the white, okay, I think that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm doing the white because that is a color that you burn for the saints. I'm doing the red because he was a martyr. And I'll tell you about that. There was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you can do 3, 6, 9. It depends. Numbers, 3, 6, 9 are universal numbers. I do 7, like I said, because that is a holy number. Then I light the candles. I've got my magic lighter here that's pretty cool. And there we go. So it's set, and I just let those burn for him. But yes, his feast day is May 18th. He was born 11/20 and died May 18th, 1160. That is so hard for me to try to say. So in Uppsala, Sweden, he was the founder of the House of Erik, which ruled with interruptions, one being his death, from 1156 to 1250. Now 1250 is easier for me to say. So he was killed outside of the cathedral. He was beheaded. When he left, he was there for the Feast of Ascension, finished the feast, told everybody else to stay in. He knew something was going to happen. He knew he was going to be attacked because somebody wanted his the throne, basically. And so he went out on his horse, and they ended up, stabbing, chopping. They ended up beheading, chopping his head off. Legend says where his head fell, a spring arose. So, but I don't know if that's really true. There's so many legends and so many things that you just don't really know, are they true or not, but I would like to believe it is. So anyway, I honor him. He's one of my many. My other ancestors are all on the wall behind the altar that I have set up. Now, one thing that you want to do with an altar, I'm going to light this incense for you. I always light the incense, and I say sending up for health, wealth, and happiness to rain down upon me and my family. When you do that, you can feel the energies. It's very powerful. I do it with my candles too, but this one was just for him. You want something on your altar that represents the 4 elements. I use a feather for air, though there's air all around. Earth, I use the crystals. Water, I've got this bottle of water from the River Jordan, which means a lot to me. I think it came from my grandmother when one of her visits to the Holy Land. So that's basically what you need. You can add other things to it, something personal of theirs, which I do. On mine, I've got like an old skeleton key I keep on a piece of selenite that I found in, the skeleton key I found in one of the trunks. Keeps the doorways open. And lots of little things that they have, little boxes and such that I got from my ancestors, but just something that means a lot to you. Now, on their birthdays, the ones I know their favorite color, I will burn their favorite color candle. If you don't, you can always burn white. And that's what we do for that. Now, if you have a ancestor curse, which an ancestor curse is basically just dysfunctional patterns in your family, negative traits, addictions that can be passed down through the generations. There's a little bit to getting rid of those. If you've heard, somebody put a curse on your family and this is it. Remember, the curse dies with the caster. So when that caster dies, say, oh, they put it on my great-great-grandfather or my grandfather, I'm sure that person has passed on by now that did that, so you really don't have to worry. Just honor your ancestors, get the blessings that they'll send your way. You send them their way too. Now, to break the curse of addiction, dysfunctional family traits, the best way to do that is through your faith. And you've just got to pray, meditate, develop that strength, and have a deep connection with the divine. You can rewrite your own story. You don't have to follow that same path. If it's addiction, go to rehab, get clean, get out of it. If it's like dysfunctional family type traits, learn to love yourself. Get inside your soul. Learn to love yourself, because a lot of it comes from that. And it comes from seeing and being raised in that type of atmosphere. And it's easy to fall into the same steps, but you can always break and say, I didn't like how this was done to me, so I'm not going to do it to my children. And then eventually it will go away. But you just need to rewrite your story and reclaim your own legacy. It's as simple as that. I don't care, how many beef tongues somebody tells you to go buy. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is have faith, pray, get rid of what is in your life that is the same, that is being the cursed thing. If it's money, a lot of times it is money. Just burn some green candles. And ancestor money for your ancestors, and they'll bless you. And I will show you about the ancestor money. We're going to do that now, because that is a very good way to get the blessings from your family on the money issues. This is ancestor money. I'm doing the I'm doing the 8 billion on the ancestor money. And what you do, you take it, you fold it towards you for your blessing. So fold it, and fold it again towards you, because you want your money blessings and any curses that you feel like are still lingering broken. And then I'm going to just take a regular lighter. What you do is you light it and you say, this is for my ancestors, those I know and those I don't know. I'm giving you blessings and wishing you blessings. And let it burn. And once it's gone, and the blessings will rise. Thanks so much for watching my channel, Spiritual Journey with Donna. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something, gotten something from it. And make sure that you like, subscribe, and that way it keeps us knowing that we're doing something right for you. Thanks so much.